Hey, I came to the forest again and oh, I miss it so much, and it's so silent. I can just hear like the water running, and I'm just shooting some stuff that I wanted to do, and yeah, it's a really creative morning, I'd say. Later I have just 1 hour at university for my thesis course introduction. I have kind of like a new combination on today. Oh, I don't know if you can see. Cha-cha! This video is kindly sponsored by Amt Angels. I love working with them, and this time they sent me some beautiful essentials. First one being these very flowy pants. I wanted to have pants like these for a really long time. The color is called Shiitake, which I really like. I must say I'm not as tall, so my friend helped me to shorten them a bit. But yeah, they're just so comfortable, and I'm sure they're gonna be a really essential piece, as well as this one. It's so soft, this sweater. I love the color, and it's just really comfortable and keeps me warm even in the woods. I kindly got the socks in the same color as the sweater, which is called Misty Mornings, and they're super comfortable. And I just love Amt Angels because they use more sustainable materials, have a transparent supply chain. And if you also want to try out Amt Angel pieces, you can use my code HANNA15 for 15% off until the 2nd of February. I'm just gonna finish up my content, and then I also have 3 calls today. Like, one with a friend from Helsinki, one with a friend from, I think she's in Austria at the moment, and then with Caro about the retreat. So yes. Hello, I thought I'd quickly talk to you before the sun goes down. It's already so dark and it's just, I think, yeah, 3:30. Today I had quite a slow day, to be honest. I woke up and then I slept 2 more hours. Yeah, I think since last year I finished off my essays, and to be honest, it was such a rough 2 weeks. I think it's not really something I'm good at, like planning when to write essays and everything, because I'm so pressure driven, and so I procrastinated a very long time, and then finished being extremely like stressed and so done. This week is first one that I feel like, okay, this is the start of the year for me, because I can finally really think of all the habits, goals, or whatever I want to try to focus on this year. But to be honest, I wrote down quite some, and I think I got a bit too anxious because I had just so many expectations and things that I would love to incorporate, and I think I'm just now gonna try to focus one by one, so it's not too overwhelming. But I think it's also because now I don't have university classes anymore. So yesterday I just had an introduction to my thesis, and today like an online meetup for the thesis, but it's all gonna be just thesis based and no real sit-in like lectures, which is so weird and makes me a bit scared and worried for the next few months, because I just remember when I wrote my bachelor thesis, it was definitely not a time where I was thriving just because it's hard for me to have such a free day. I mean, it's definitely also so cool and so nice that I can structure my day how I want to, and I can also be where I want to, because I just have to write the thesis. But when I have so much freedom, it's really difficult for me to get things done, because I don't have kind of like deadlines until when I have to finish up things and everything. So yes, I think I'm gonna have to figure this out the next weeks, but I thought I can share some goals that I want to, or some things I want to incorporate. So I would really like to get more into routine of working out again. Not like gym working out, but going more swimming. I haven't been swimming yet because I was like studying so much. But I'm planning to do this week, and ideally like twice a week. In general, 2 to 3 times a week, doing some kind of exercising. I want to start running again. I had a lot of fun doing that in Helsinki, but I haven't really picked it up in a long time. But I have a friend who's going nearly every day, so I'm just gonna try to be inspired by that. Then I would love to read one series of books, you know, when they have like different kinds of books which all connect to one story, because I haven't been really into books at all like the past years. Maybe because I also didn't really prioritize it too much, reading. But I would love to try, and I want to read like an English one, and maybe a fantasy, because when I was little I loved reading like fantasy books, and I think why I also wasn't reading too much last year is because I was trying to read more things that are maybe I don't know, more in depth and just like about life, not too much like fantasy things. And maybe if I first get into something that excited me when I was small, maybe that's a nice start. So yes, but I think maybe I first should finish the books that I still have here in my room. That would be a good start as well. Then I want to continue making this little film projects that I do. Just yesterday when I went to the woods, it was just so nice, and I think if I actively do that like once a week, it's just a nice thing to keep being creative and also just spend time on my own. I mean, it's also nice when I can like ask someone else to join, but I think for me it's also important that I know that I don't have to rely on anyone for my content creation. So yes. And one big thing that I also want to do, I think I'm gonna start doing that next week, is I realized now with Christmas, but just in general the past year, that I have not seen my grandpa a lot, my grandpa from Germany, and I thought maybe it would be nice to send him a letter after every month that has passed, kind of like a reflection, and just ramble about what I did the month. And I think for him it could be interesting to read what I cooked or what I was up to. Yeah, also maybe for me a good reflection, because I once did write a letter like that when I was in the Netherlands, and he was just so happy and telling me all the time that this letter was one of his favorites. So I think it's something that I really wanted to do. I thought about that in December, that would be a nice thing. And actually a friend of mine said that she would maybe also like to try that, so maybe I'm gonna meet up with my friend and we're both gonna write down the letters for our grandparents. I think that's such a cute thing, and because I sometimes call but really rarely, and my grandpa is not really a really talkative person on the phone. Honestly, it's always like just 3 minutes. Like 3 minutes is already long, so that's why I think receiving a letter is so much easier for him to be concentrated, and I don't know, it would be nice. So I hope I'm gonna do this year. And wait, did I something else? I mean, one goal that I would love to make happen is finding a choir wherever I will move next, because I really miss having more like yeah, a connection to music again, because I used to play so much piano during school, and I just I love like singing in choir, and it would be just a nice way to still keep in touch with that. Then I also want to dedicate more time to find like good music, because I think this year I didn't spend too much time finding new artists and really dig into Spotify more and not always listen to the same ones. And a few years back I used to always listen to the your mix of the week, like something that Spotify creates for you, and that was such a good thing. I really was like sitting down every Monday, going through that playlist, clicking through the artists, and I think I would love to do that again. It's really kind of like a self-care moment, and I would love to incorporate that again. Okay, my storage was full, but yes, I can really recommend writing down your wishes and goals. Probably you have heard it so many times now on Instagram and YouTube. I haven't made a vision board. I've never done a vision board before. I don't know. Do you think it's good to do that? I think what I'm always concerned or like thinking about that, you know, I have some ideas which I want to achieve this year, but I think my brain is also like, I don't know if I want to put that on the vision board, because I'm not sure if I want these things to happen in like 3 months, because this year is really like a year which is so open, and basically anything and every place and whatever can happen. So it's hard for me to have like a vision for it, like visually vision, you know. But yeah, I think that's what I wanted to share today. I hope you're doing good, don't have too much pressure on the things you want to achieve, and like take it like one by one. And I think I also need to like set my expectations a bit more down. Okay, before it gets even darker, thank you so much for watching this video again, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!